Amazing. That was a wonderful play. Maybe you can place the guitar there so that we start the show. Hey, that was good playing. That is No Woman No Cry by Bob Marley.
Definitely.
Okay, hello guys, my name is Washelagi Konyo and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are at Showtime Cinema Nyeri, which is the most exclusive cinema in Nyeri County. And Happy New Year guys, by the way. And being a new year 2023, it's time that we change our mindset. Today we have a very special guest who has joined us today and is not only going to tell us his journey in the music in the music industry and also being a motivational speaker. He's also going to help us change our mindsets this year. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Paul. Karibu sana.
Asante.
Thank you so much for joining us for the show.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me go straight to asking you, who is Paul? You can maybe tell us who is Paul?
Well, that sometimes becomes a difficult question for me, but I can say Paul is a son to a mother. He is a brother to 8 other brothers and 5 sisters.
Okay.
Of which 2 of the brothers passed away and 1 just walked away.
Okay.
So it's not a matter of death, he just walked away, so we don't know whether he is alive or not. And Paul is a friend too to many. And he is also a person who have I can say diverse of thoughts, and I like being that way. So that is the Paul that maybe I would like to say for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you actually came into the limelight. Let me just say you came into the limelight recently at the Showtime Cinema events that were held, Talanta Yetu events that were held at the Showtime Cinema, and you gave a motivational speech. Let me start from where did you get this? Well, is it inborn or did you train to be a motivational speaker? Because you really gave one. By the way, guys, if you haven't watched the speech, please make sure that you have watched and subscribed to at Showtime Cinema to watch what he told the audience. So, was it inborn or did you train for it?
Thank you very much. I would like to say first of all that I think my point is it's not necessarily to train, but it's kind of a thing that is within me since I was young. And I would like to say that I have never liked when I see things going bad. I've never been happy. And so it have come to dawn on me that I need also to educate the young people and also even the old who are willing to humble themselves and to listen to me.
Okay.
So when actually I got the invitation to be here at the Talanta show during the Showtime Cinema, I was so happy. By the way, I had never been on stage any other time, maybe except for being in schools, and you know the young ones sometimes they lack the sense of whatever you are speaking about. And I also would like to say that I would have liked so much to have studied about it and maybe to be a profession, but unfortunately I was not able to proceed with the school. But I feel it within me, and I know that whatever I speak, because it is the truth, it helps people who are willing to be helped.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about your music journey. You play the guitar so well, and also I understand that you also have a music school back in Kamakwa. Maybe you can tell us more a little bit more about that.
Okay, thank you. So I started my music career, or I cannot say it's a career. Personally, I would say it's a passion, because I actually started it back in 2020. During the COVID time, that time it is when we had a lot of, being quarantined and everything.
Yes.
And I figured out that because I can play the guitar, why not start writing new songs, of which unfortunately up to date I've never recorded even one.
Okay.
Because I feel like when I sing them myself, I'm very okay with them, but if I can get the capability to record, I also would like it so much.
Right.
But for now, I've not recorded. And then I had put the school in Laikipia County in a place called Kinamba, that is in Laikipia West. And then when I was called to join college right in the Nyeri National Polytechnic, I was forced to now shift the school because I wouldn't continue without being in school and again continuing the school. The management was somehow poor, so I was forced to take the instruments from the school to here in Nyeri.
Okay.
Yeah.
So based on what you have played right now, Bob Marley, let me just touch on a topic that is not commonly spoken about, and it's about stereotype. Guys, stereotype is it's an unfair way of judging people for whom they are not. So I know that there are certain groups of people that are normally stereotyped in Kenya, especially in Kenya. So would you like maybe to say something more about that? Do you face that, and how are you able to cope with that?
Well, I'll be honest with you. Oftentimes, and I would like to say this in a very cautious manner, that it is only in Africa and more in our own country where stereotype happens. You see, when you judge someone by how they appear, by how they talk, by how you just see them physically, and it becomes a notion, and especially which they take in heart to a point even you can be denied even a job opportunity and maybe are qualified for that job opportunity. They take it to a deeper level, but I thank God that as far as many people never like to talk about it, as you have said, but I think that also doesn't apply to us, because you are asking me about it right now, and I know the change is going to be diverse, and I know the change will be going to get into people's heart. So I will be honest with you, when it comes to the point of stereotype, I know that people may stereotype someone else with the aim of maybe insulting them, or even to deny them a certain opportunity that those people deserve. Okay, so I think to me it's very normal. It's very normal. You don't need to be sorry about it. You don't need to feel like I'm off the hook now. To me is the fact that since there is a change, and the change must be gradual for us, we have to agree that the change will be slowly, and as far as it is slowly, we have to wait until we see how the end makes. I will say this before you maybe ask another question. This life to me is a process where I call a series, and a series, as you know, is full of many episodes. And you know what? If you mess up with the first episode, however good you want to make the second or the third episode to be, it will never be. So my point is, let it be how it is until we see the end, and time will tell whether things that people are doing is right or wrong.
All right. So as I was asking before, based on the type of music you played, that's not really a gospel song as people would expect you to be playing. So what's your type of songs? What do you listen to mostly, or what do you teach mostly?
Thank you. That's a good question. Maybe to also potential clients who might be out there. I'll be honest with you. To me, it depends with who I'm teaching and the interest they have. I remember at the Showtime Cinema Still, I had one of my students and we presented a song which actually amazed a lot of people because people are not expecting that. But you know what? It is the favorite song to my student, and I have to back him up and show him that whatever he is doing, he is playing the guitar well. So if I will present my own songs that maybe I would like, then maybe he is not able to play. So I'm not concentrated in one type of music. As far as now this is the caution in it. As far as it doesn't have the vulgar language, it is not immoral, it is not diminishing, then I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I would also like to say on the same breath that, of course, I don't sing the same song in all the environments. It depends in where am I.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Since you're a motivational speaker, and I know how Kenyan youth has the Kenyan music industry has really embraced vulgar music and drugs advocating for songs advocating for drugs. What's your take on that? What would you like to say maybe about that? Because sometimes Kenya, music is influential. Everybody will listen to a song. Even if you don't want to listen to it, you might be in a matatu and you might not avoid listening to different types of songs. So what's your take on that? Do you think that we are on the right track in the music industry in terms of the content?
Can I be honest with you, Wachira?
Yeah.
Time will tell whether what they are doing is right or wrong.
Yes.
Because this to me is the problem of man. For the longest time in history, he has not known what to laugh at and what to weep at.
Yes.
And I will be honest with you right now. It's not rare to see people of opposite gender staying on a screen and watching that which is vulgar, and they are laughing about it. If you think about it deeply, and maybe it was your daughter or someone who is so close to you, you would be expecting them to be weeping over that, right?
Yeah, it's true.
And I also come to say that, the greatest pursuit of each and every young person is the pursuit of meaning.
Yes.
And because they are finding meaning in meaninglessness, don't ever expect that to be meaning. Okay, they are trying to find meaning, and not unless an external factors affect them, like how you are speaking, how you are telling them. But if the whole society is based on that, then don't expect the children to get themselves up from their own moral bootstrap. It will never happen. They must be taken by some external factors. Maybe you and I, as we are speaking right now, we will be a point of change, but that doesn't mean that whatever is being done is right. But also, as I often say, and I will never stop saying about that, please, that time will tell. Because whatever you are presenting today, maybe you feel like that vulgarness will, go in a fast way. I will be honest with you. Destruction goes easier, happens easier than construction. Maybe this room we are in was built in 10 days, or rather, let's talk about 10 months, right? It's a story building. But destruction of the same building can happen in a minute, right? So I'll be honest with you by saying this. People are searching for meaning in life and with meaninglessness. So if they would accept the fact that I know truth matters to some, but also I know one of the features of the truth is that it is painful, and not everyone wants to experience the pain, right? So if they accept that they go with the truth, the fruits are somehow sweet. So I'll be honest with you by telling you that I know the music industry is not something that you can be happy about, and they are justifying it. Surprisingly, even those artists, they are justifying it, saying about everybody have something that they love most. But I'll be honest with you, I know and I understand very well that there is what I call egalitarianism of people and elitism of idea. And for those who are not initiated to such kind of verbs, is simply that means egalitarianism of people, equality of people, right? And elitism of idea, the difference in ideology. But that doesn't mean that you go something that is totally contrary to the moral all right? So it doesn't actually add up. So my point is, whatever you are, it's not a must we do the same thing all of us, but at least consider morality.
Morality.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, especially that we are in Africa. We know that morality has been taught to us by our parents. Those who are before us have taught us morality. So it's a good thing that you have laid across that point. So being a motivational speaker, and you know that, and also a musician. So we know that Nyeri has been offered a platform. Showtime Cinema has offered a platform for artists to come and perform and to present maybe shows. Do you plan on starting one here, maybe for talking to people? Maybe you can come here and talk to the youth, because I know so many people need it. There are so many diverse topics that people need to hear, and I know our audience out there will want to hear more from you. So do you plan on maybe organizing shows here or anywhere else so that people will come and listen to you?
Thank you so much. Can I be honest with you, Shera?
Yes.
You know, when I was getting the first invitation to be here, I remembered of a story of a certain English gentleman who went in an English club, and he found a Japanese who looked rather nervous. And he figured out that he would probably instruct him about, you know, the etiquette of eating in the English clubs and everything.
Yes.
And he went up to him. So he asked him, you know, he kind of wanted to instruct him. So you know how, you know, it is displayed about when they're about to eat. There is a knife there, there is a spoon there, everything.
Yes.
So he took the knife and told the Japanese, this is knifey.
Yes.
And he took the spoon and said, this is spoony. And this is forky. And this is platey.
Yes.
And the Japanese man kept nodding his head very courteously. And much to the shock of the Englishman, the Japanese was the keynote speaker after the meal. So, you know, he went out there at the stage, delivered his talk in a flawless English, and then came after the talk and asked the English gentleman, you likey speechy? So this is my point to you. I don't know what I'm doing up here. Many people far much in depth are aware of what I'm talking. Okay, many people who have, even some of them have gone to school for whatever I'm talking about.
Yes.
So honestly speaking to you, I know that I'm not all knowing. I believe that I'm just a drop in an ocean. But it's my pleasure when people listen to me and I speak what is it within my heart, knowing that its end, it's gonna be good.
Yes.
All right.
True.
So I'm not that person who is concentrated on how many people are listening to me. My point is, what if I change that one soul?
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
You know, even in music, I often do that. I told my guys, those who I train, the moment I train you how to play the guitar, don't think beyond your capacity. Like, you know, it's good to have goals. You know, we are often told to aim at the sun so that you can land on the moon.
Yeah.
But don't think beyond what you are supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
All right. So this is my point. I know it is, that time is coming, and very, very soon, because if I've been able to be speaking in schools, if I've been able to be speaking in churches, I know that even here, because that platform is created, I know it's a very rare platform, but people will come to know. And not only that, you know, maybe I've never told you I ever started a foundation which I called Supreme Joy Foundation, because people figured out that I bought some musical instruments. But I will be honest with you, please, that if you today get out there and you maybe make a concert about music, call a judge there, you know, call a great doctor there, you know, call a teacher there, and then call a mkokoteni guy there. Trust me, music knows no boundaries. All of them will dance to their beat. So my point is, the reason why I bought the musical instrument is to make sure that I can hold many people, because songs, we were born with, you know, music. Actually, you cannot run away from music, even if you don't sing. When you listen, you know, you feel like, I'm okay with it. So music has been part of my mission, so that when you are gathered there, we play the music. Now that togetherness we have, now we can put away the music and we can have a very sensible talk. And please, maybe I can say in the same breath, there's just one guy, I'll leave his name unknown right now. He came and confessed to me, and he told me, Paul, you know what? Since the time you started making these, I was going at daytime hours to drink some, you know, some alcohol there. Right now, I don't even get that time, and I'm feeling that even in the taste of it, I'm hating it. So I liked that. I didn't even bother to know how about all the others. I liked about that one man. So my point is, I will do this as much as it is for good. I know that good never rushes. You know, it goes very slowly, but I still do it because that's what I feel within me.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So what you do right now, it's more of Western. Even your accent is Western. It's contrary to what people will expect from you. So maybe you can tell us, is it what you do really appreciated out there? Do you get some appreciation? Or, okay, I know I know people who really appreciate, especially what you do. I really do appreciate. Personally, I do appreciate. But do you sometimes face challenges outside there? Maybe do not maybe tell us maybe one incident maybe you've ever faced. I know you're also a mechanic. Maybe you can tell us maybe an incident so that maybe people will understand more.
Thank you. I don't call it a challenge because, and this is according to how I believe. You see, our society is not based on honesty.
Yes.
And let me tell you today, I know you already know it, probably I'm just repeating to you. When you think about society, don't expect to just be truthful and it's enough for them.
Yes.
So our society today is based on who is coming with what.
Yes.
Okay? So it doesn't matter whether you are helping people in a children's home and you stole their money. Okay? It doesn't matter whether you were corrupted earlier and now the money you're helping with people.
Yes.
Now, those people are happy with the help you're offering.
Yes.
So they don't care whether you got it in any way. In fact, even if they know, as far as you're delivering to them something,
yes,
they keep quiet and they are good to go. So this is my point. I don't call it a challenge because I was expecting that to happen. Okay, I know, like even right now, if I can be honest with you, since I was not able to continue with my college because I was sponsored by someone, and unfortunately he had a lot of limitations, so I only had first year, and I was trying to study automotive diploma level, so I did only first year. I was not able to proceed with the second one because he got a lot of limitations, and you cannot force some of the issues.
Yes.
So, and the problem now, which I face personally, is when I get to, for example, in the working place, and maybe fortunately or unfortunately, I receive a phone call, maybe from one of my friends, my great friends, probably maybe they will watch these, people like Naboth, they are my mentors, I love them so much, people like Greg from America, they support me so much. But maybe when we are talking, people will even from that point start mocking you. But I had said earlier, I already expect that because it's not something that happens so often. Okay. But I also say this, to me it's painful when I get the fact that you and I'm sure we were in the 844 system of education, right? It's not like this one where I hear that they are based on the skills so much. And I'll be honest with you, if I can recall very well, over 10 subjects that I studied in school, all of them, except maybe Swahili, they used English.
Exactly.
Okay. So you, or rather anyone else, figuring that talking in English is kind of maybe pretense or a show off, doesn't make sense because you are denying from your own self-existence. That's what we are taught through school. Okay. Now, making the accent, that one have been now a journey with you have of course to the environment effects. Okay. But I'll be honest with you, up to date, as we are sitting with you here, I've been oftentimes denied opportunity when I go to search for jobs because they are like, maybe he is testing us, and maybe he will act like he's superior than us just because of the language. And if I can be honest with you, I wish I was able to speak fluently in any other language. I'll do it. Okay. But now speaking in English, even some people would even tell me, literally just mocking me, you should go and work in America, and maybe that chance will come. I don't care about that sarcasm. Maybe probably someday that chance will come when I will be maybe working from America. I would be happy.
Don't go there. Just stick here. We want you here. This is your home. You cannot take what you have to another country. People need to hear you. People need to see you.
Sure. But I also know that right now they are hearing me, they are seeing me, and we are with you here. So even if I can be there, we can be talking to you. I can be talking to you, and maybe we connect. So my point is this, we have of course to have the upkeep, right? Because right now, as I told you, I started a school there. Still people are challenged to to realize, is it a school, is it a church? So like they're having that problem. You can hear that people are peeping from outside. There is a lot of musical instruments, so probably it's a church. And that problem, I think, to me, because I also have to pay the rents that for the owner's house. So when I go to search for jobs and I have a lot lot of challenges, then I cannot keep that up. So I'll be honest with you, I would love to be here ever. But in case I get an opportunity, and allow me to say that, please, I'll just walk away because yeah, there are some of the things that we have to do, even if we don't feel like we want.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So I will, maybe we can, maybe you can tell people whether you have, you do motivational speaking, maybe online, and maybe tell people where they can watch it from, where they can follow you. Tell people about your music school so that maybe some students would like to enroll. Maybe you'll receive calls with people who would like to enroll, especially now the students are coming back to school. So you will maybe face the camera and tell them about, you know, what you do and where they can get you.
All right, of course, in Showtime Cinema. But anyway, yeah, most probably I often say is that, and this is according to me, I don't like just talking. If given time, I like answering people's questions. And I will say this to you, Washera. The problem that we have is that when you become an asking person, you are often put aside. Even in our churches today, when you become that person who can ask a lot of questions, you are often put aside. And that's contrary to what is being taught even in the Bible. If you read in 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 15, and he often says, you know, honor Christ as the Lord, always being prepared to answer anyone who can ask you any questions about your hope in Christ. So this is my point to you and everybody who is watching this. Often be ready to ask any question that you feel like it's bothering you. But it must be undergirded by these 4 principles. And please listen very carefully. Number 1, this question must be about you. Don't ask me about a question about any of your friends or your mother or your father or your brother. I need to hear a question about you because you are the one who have the problem. And when I answer the question, my wish is to answer the questioners, not the question by itself. Number 2, often ask a question, an honest question. You know, don't be interested to ask a question about, you know, out of curiosity. That is not my point. Ask a question which you feel when answered, you truly have solved your personal problem.
Exactly.
All right. Number 3, ask a question which you feel like when solved, you'll be able to solve someone else's problem with the same question. All right. So that probably you feel like, you know, what if some other person comes and faces me with this kind of problem, I'll be able to solve. And number 4, always be truthful in asking questions. You know, you may kind of want to ask questions to show off. You may kind of want to ask questions to challenge someone. Always be truthful, and it will be helpful. On the same breath, I would like to say this. Even in the YouTube channels, you know, in Facebook, in wherever, anyone where, or rather anywhere where anyone can hear me, or rather, you know, listen to me, or they even watch me, can even send a question right there. I'm sure I'll get it, right? Right now we are here with Washera Gekonyo, and I know that when you pose the question there, she will actually let me know, because it's a personal question. It's something that you feel like you need that problem to be solved. And maybe, I don't know how about to give my personal email. I like working with email so much, because maybe someone can feel like they don't want to pass through the public media. So my email is actually Paul Ndongo 466. So the word Paul is PAULNDUNGU 466 @gmail.com. You can send your message there. You can ask any question which you feel like when answered have solved your problem, because we need all to have that solution of mind and of heart. Remember that we are all product our own minds. So, and whatever you do, it starts with mind. And if we solve our psychological problem, then what else will be a burden to us? Yeah, sure.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for the word today. I'm sure that out there, our audience, you have seen a different... I know most of you weren't expecting this, but thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much, Paul, for being here today. We have had you, and I hope we're going to have more shows with you. Probably next time we're going to have a podcast with him, so that you can also maybe write the topics that you'd like us to discuss. Maybe we invite him next time, we'll have a podcast, we'll be discussing various issues which I want you to write there. You can even email him and tell him to talk about those certain issues, and be free to talk about whatever that you're going through. And also one thing that I have learned, the best thing that I've learned about today is that honesty is the best virtue ever. Always walk on the truth. So thank you so much for being here today, and thank you so much for watching this show. And don't forget to watch he was here at Showtime Cinema and he gave a speech, so make sure that you have also subscribed to at Showtime Cinema so that you watch his exclusive speech which he gave. And thank you so much for joining us today. Make sure that you have watched and subscribed and you have shared to as many people as possible. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.